because I'm new to astrology and I'm an aspiring astrologer who also has ADHD. Remembering all the little details of it can be really difficult. So I'm going to start a little series that associates sun signs with certain characters from my favorite shows. And I'm going to start off with Red vs. Blue because it's one of the first shows that me and my husband bonded over. Me and my friends have met this way. It's a very special place in my heart. Like, I'm even wearing a hoodie that I made that looks like Wash because he's my favorite. So I'm gonna do this, and I even have some notes. So, like, I'm learning, okay? So if you're more experienced at astrology, help a girl out. If I get anything wrong, please don't be mean. I'll cry. I'm gonna start with the red team just because I'm gonna start in the order that we see them. So we'll go, red team, blue team, and then freelancers, and we'll move on to others. I'm pretty sure Griff is a Taurus, and even my one friend thinks the same way because a Taurus is an earth sign, and it's also a fixed sign, and fixed signs don't like to be moved. In earth signs, obviously, it's the earth, it's grounded, it's stabilizing, and like he brings that stabilization to, or he tries to bring stabilization to red team. Doesn't quite work out, but I feel like this picture represents that pretty well, that he's a Taurus. At first I thought Simmons might be an Aquarius, but he's way too anxious to be an Aquarius. He just is full of anxiety, and just, it's definitely not a fixed sign, but I think he's definitely an air sign because just of how smart he is. He is very smart. He's just not great at getting it across because of either the people he's around or because of his own anxiety and his own issues. Where with the Aquarius, they're intellectual and insightful, which he is. Don't get me wrong, he is. But it's how you get it across, and he doesn't get it across very well. So I think he is closer to a Gemini, which makes sense because he kind of has two different personalities, one with Sarge and one with Griff. Whereas Sarge, he's very passive, very much kissing his ass, very much wanting him to be the father figure he never had. And with Griff, he's kind of like always annoyed, always angry. So there's two personalities going on there. And Gemini, it's still an air sign, so it's still in the intellectual part, but it's communicative and curious, and which he is. Like, he enjoys learning, he enjoys being curious about stuff, even if he does have a lot of anxiety. Sarge is a Leo. I don't even have to look it in my book. I don't even have to look it up. He is a fire sign. He is a Leo. He's very prideful. He's very action oriented, especially with his shotgun. Like, I feel like that is just such Leo, such fire sign personality. Like, and he's just, and like Leos, they harness the power of their identity, of the persona. And that's kind of what he does, because he's a little delulu on the fact that he thinks he's the best leader for Red Team, even though he's not. But he thinks it. That's great. Dream big. Blue Team. Church is definitely an air sign, which is appropriate. Look at his armor. It matches the air sign, kind of like how Sarge's matches his fire sign with that red. That very bright red. It's not the maroon. It is a very fire engine red. Fire. Church has a very airy blue, like a pale blue, not sky blue. It's a little paler than that usually. But I think he is an Aquarius, because Aquarius is very smart. He gets his thoughts across a bit better than Simmons or some other characters who might be air signs. Even though he's just so done with everyone's shit, I think he's an Aquarius. And Aquarius is a fixed sign, and that sign doesn't, fixed signs don't want to move. And even though he very reluctantly ends up having to move, it seems appropriate. He has the sniper rifle because Aquarius is a fixed sign, and with a sniper, you need to be fixed and you need to be in your spot, sometimes for hours upon hours, even though he can't shoot with it. Tucker is a very complex character. I love him. I think he is, let's see, I think he is a Libra, and a Libra is a cardinal sign. And what cardinal signs do, they are the ones that start the relationships. They're the ones that help keep the harmony, or at least the Libras keep harmony. In my notes, it says starts relationships, seeks balance, harmony, and justice. And if that doesn't say that is Tucker right there, it does, because in the show, he becomes an ambassador to the, either forget their names or can't pronounce it. It's probably both. But for the aliens, because he has his son, Junior. And because the ambassador, that is starting and keeping relationships. Starting relationships, keeping the harmony. And whenever he's working so hard to get Wash and Sarge and Donut back, that definitely speaks to his sense of justice. So he is definitely a Libra, because Libras also like to have fun. Like, they're a very playful sign, which, once again, he's a very playful guy. Like, he used to, make jokes of being a ladies' man, all these dirty jokes all the time, but, like, if he needs to, it is serious like that. Like, there's nothing that will stop him from getting what needs to be done. Caboose is a Pisces. And I'm sorry if that offends any Pisces out there. But because of how dreamy he is, like, he's a little delulu on being everyone's best friend, especially Church's best friend, even though Church is always, get the fuck away from me, wants nothing to do with him. Caboose is still dead set. Like, he's always dreaming of that. And Pisces is a mutable sign, so it can move around. And, like, he doesn't mind being moved around. He can, like, adjust. Like, he can bounce back from different things. And he's done that a lot. Like, he's been in a lot of different places and still was the same Caboose that we know and love. And it's appropriate because, look, the armor, that deep ocean blue, like that water sign blue. Like, our boy is a Pisces. He's a fish. I forgot about donuts. I forgot about Donut, and I'm so sorry to all of the donut fans and stands and kitties out there. I'm so sorry. I forgot about our little lightish red boy. But I feel he's a Sagittarius because he's just very, very bubbly, very happy. And Sagittarius, in my notes, are very adventurous, very positive. Like Libras, they like to have a good time a lot. Sorry. I didn't realize how much my TV was reflecting off my glasses. But Sagittarius, they love to have a good time. They can be serious, but it's a little bit harder for them to get serious, unlike with Libra. And it's a fire sign, which goes with his lightest red armor, because there's red in there. But it's not red like with Sarge's red of, like, a true fire. It's still a fire sign, but it's not as prideful. It's not as extra. And Sagittarius is a mutable sign, so, like, it can be moved. They don't want to be restrained. They want that freedom of movement. And I feel like we get that with Donut a lot. Like, he doesn't really stay in one place. He really likes kind of floating around to kind of see what everyone's doing. Like, how many, like, kind of jobs has he had? So, like, he's a Sagittarius.